never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes.
Hey guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Deku. Sorry, let me fix that so it doesn't happen again. This is What If Deku was a pure-blooded werewolf. Part 12, I think. Let me double check. Okay, now, it is part 13. Sorry guys. I just did 12. This morning, well, anyways, I kind of woke up late today, so I don't know how long this episode is going to be, so let's get down to the... Now, considering how, judging by the comment, I didn't really specify Shoto's gender. So, I guess I'm going to make Shoto, I normally make Shoto a girl anyway, so we'll go with that. No, let's make Shoto a boy. Yeah, let's do it this way. So, as Izuku, is getting out of the locker room, as Shoto Todoroki comes up to it and declare war, as like, Izuku, as, Shoto is in front of him, as he's like, what do you want? What do you want, Todoroki? As it's like, I'm declaring war on you. As, Izuku, looks at him, blank face, as starts laughing. You? War? With me? That's funny. That's fun, That's funny, Shoto. When did you become a comedian? As, he's getting mad. As Ice is like, alright, let's get serious. Alright, let's get down to business. As Izuku, walked past Shoto. As when he's walking past him, he's like, doesn't matter how powerful your ice is, if you can't use your fire side, you're not going to win. As he's like, I'm not going to use this quirk. I'm like, I don't really care what your issue is with, with your fire, but if you don't use it, you're going to lose. As I suggest you stop being a drama queen. Use the full extent of your quirk if you want to win this. If not, you're just like everyone else. Out of my league. As he walks past. As he sees Bakugo. I think I made Bakugo doing this one, so there's that. As he looks at Bakugo, as he walks past Bakugo, as he's like, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to destroy you, terrorist. As Bakugo's like, what did you say? As Izuku's like, let me say it again, so, your tiny brain could, understand. I'm going to obliterate you in this tournament. If you make it that far, that is. As Bakugo, he's throwing some killer instinct a little bit. As Bakugo's shaking a little bit. He's like, why am I scared of this guy? He's nothing. As, we cut to the first championship. Oh, the first championship, sorry. First fight. It's Shinzo versus Midoriya. Oh, I was wanting to make this. I wonder if I should change. Yeah, I'm going to change Shinjo, the copy, the mind control. Now, I'm saying he has, Same quirk and everything, but he has fighting. He has fighting abilities. Not as much as, not as much as our not as much as our, sorry, OC. You know, not as much as Midoriya, but but it'll make an interesting fight. As Izuku and Shinjo get to the ring, as they begin their fight, as Midoriya, gets in his fighting stance, as Shinjo's like, so you're the number one. So you're the number one. Saw your fight. Too bad you're gonna lose here. As he's trying to, he's insulting Izuku. As he's calling him all sorts of things. As soon as he mentioned Lilith. Oh, so you're married to that whore, as yeah, let's just call her, he's like, so you're married to that, you're married to that whore, that she's probably messed around with all the people in Class 1A. As Ezekiel's had enough. As Kennedy look at Lilith, as Lilith's a little bit irritated. This maggot trying to talk shit, trying to talk smack. As Kennedy looks at Lilith looks at Izuku. That smile that he had. He has a straight angry face as as Kennedy's like, Lilith, I think brother's going to make a sample out of him. I'm afraid he is. You're right, he is. I'll step in if it gets out of hand. As there's that. As Izuku, walks towards him, as he runs towards him, as they do combination attacks, as Izuku, blocks every attack he throws in, as he counters brutally, as he starts throwing punches on the side of his ribs. Combination punches as he kicks him side to head. As he was about to, exit the ring, as he grabs him by the back of his head and throws him onto the ground. And he's like, I'm not done with you yet. As he's like, as that happens, as Izuku, as Izuku begins, kicking him when he's down, as he goes flying across the ring, as he skids across the ring, rolling over as he's on his back, as he's like, my dumb mouth. I had to insult. I had to go insult people, but I need to use my quirk somehow. As as Shinzo gets up, as he begins to lay a couple combinations, as Izuku tanks him, as he's like, is that all you got? That's all you got, kid? Like, that's all you got, loser? As he's like, you think you're special? And Izuku, doesn't know his quirk yet, as he's like, of course. As Shinzo's, I got you. As, Shinzo's like, proceed to walk out the ring. As Izuku doesn't move. As, his his eyes starts turning bright red. As he goes into halfway transformation. As he's like, did you just... Oh, as, Izuku finally gets back to senses. And he's like, did you just try to control me? Oh. I'm just saying Izuku has Not sure if he's Shinjo would be able to mind control a werewolf, but I'm saying in this instance, Izuku was too his mental state is his mental state is too strong for Shinzo to have control over him. So that's how I'm doing it. So he broke out really easy, and she's like, "I'm gonna make this." You shouldn't have done that. As Izuku, kicks him as he's flying, as Izuku's punching him in the face, as he grabs his head, slamming him in the ground, as he begins laying his fist on top of him, as he's just pounding him. As the fight was over, but Izuku's not done with him yet. As he picks him up by the head, by the neck. Oh no, let's say he picks him up by the back of his clothes, his shoulder. As he lifts him up, as he begins to knee him in the stomach, over and over again. As Midnight's calling a fight. As Izuku, kicks him outside of the ring. As Izuku, gets up. As he walks over to Shinzo. As he places his foot against his chest. Pinning him to the ground. Like the wall. He's leaning against the wall. As he's like, you're pretty good. For being from Class 1B, Liz. Your quirk is quite interesting. But unfortunately, you don't have the proper skills to take me on. I suggest you train more. If you want a rematch, you know where to find me. As he kicks him in the head, knocks him out. As Lilith goes like, was that necessary? He's really dead. He was already defeated. As Ezekiel's like, guy deserved it. After all what he said, kind of irritating me. That was a surprise. Did not expect that. As Ezekiel's like, As Lilith is like, oh, so you do care. As he's like, of course. Married you. And somewhere deep down, I do care. As Ezekiel walks off. As Ezekiel says, well, still doesn't change the fact that I'm gonna beat you. As Lilith's like, I like to see, yeah, we'll see. As we cut to, Kennedy's first bout. As as she's fighting against, I don't know who she would fight against, because Todoroki and Bakugo are all easy goose. And I don't want her to put her against Lilith straight up off the bat and have her lose, because that would be no fun. Give me a second. Okay, I got idea. Considering how I took out the considering how I changed the second activity in the sports festival, the tail guy is gonna fight Kennedy. I don't know his name. I don't really use him a whole lot. All I know, he knows, martial arts, so that will work well with this fight. So as Kennedy and the tail quirk kid from Class 1A. As the person with the tail, as they get into a fighting stance. As they begin to fight, as Kennedy rushes him, not even transforming in her second state. Well, anyways. As she, begins to clash with the tail dude. As they're going blow to blow. As Kennedy, kicks his back of it, sweeps the back of his leg. sorry, as he attacks his leg, as you know, the joint area, as he bends, his knee bends, buckles a little bit. So that's where she kicks him side of the head, as you know, he goes flying outside of the ring. As she's like, it's Kennedy, the winner. Kennedy Silver is the winner. Yeah, she took on his Madora's last name because you know, Pac White's and she's his second. So, as we continue that, as we get to you know, Izuku and Ida, as you know, we're going to cut right straight into the action. As the matches begins, Ida, as Izuku, you know, has his little bat with him. As you know, Presented Mike and Azala, as Presented Mike's like, isn't that against the rules? And he's like, according to our information, it's all legal. He had it registered in the sports class, or he had it registered under a support item. He's like, how is that a support item? It's a bat. As you know, it's allowed. As Ida tries to rush him again, as Izuku trips him with the bat, as you know, he goes flying into the ground. As he's like, huh, I'll be using you later. As you know, he throws it out of the ring. As you know, he picks up Ida as he throws him in the air. As he lifts him up in the air, slams him against the ground several times. As he kicks him outside of the ring. As he's like, walks outside the ring, picks up his bat and puts on one of his shoulders. As he's like, huh, all right, I'll be in the back room, waiting for my next fight. As everyone's, you know, a little disappointed at was, you know, not as interesting as the rest of them. As we cut to, you know, Lilith and Kennedy. Now, Lilith and Kennedy had several other matches, but I don't want to go to, you know, to every single one because, you know, I don't remember who all was in it and who wasn't. So, you know, as we continue, as we have Kennedy versus Lilith. As Kennedy smiles, and she's like, I've been looking forward to this. As they're in the hallway entrance to get into the arena section of the stadium. And she's like, I'm not going. And it's like, oh, you're going to lose regardless. I still have my match against, you know, my dear old Izuku. And she's like, we'll see about that, Lilith. Only person who'll be facing my alpha is me. As you know. As they're, you know, just talking smack, as you know, they get in the ring, as they begin to fight. As suddenly Kennedy and Lilith go into blows like crazy. Super fast, like, as all the crowd is like, what the hell? How come they're so fast? As, you know, Prison Mike's like, whoa, look what we got here. This is surprising. As Azawa, who are these students? Oh yeah, this is Lilith, and don't know what her last name, because whatever, you know, we'll just call her Lilith, and it's Kennedy Silver. They're one of the powerhouses. There's about 3 of them. As you know, Silver's the main powerhouse. Then you got second ranking is Kennedy. Second rating is Lilith, and you know, third is Kennedy. There are powerhouses of our class 1A. As you know, hyping up, and it's like, you know, and you know, surprisingly, apparently Lilith is married to, Izuku. As he's like, so they're more of a power couple. So, as like, seriously, he's not even past, he hasn't even hit like 24 yet, and he's already married. He's like, yeah, don't know much about that, but that's none of my business. So as they progress through the fight, as Lilith and Kennedy in a test of strength, as they're both trying to push each other, as they're planted in the ground. As Lilith's like talking to Kennedy, he's like, huh, quite impressive for not being a pureblood. This is getting me excited. This is getting more fun. As Lilith, kicks as Lilith, jumps, pushes outwards, jumps up and kicks Kennedy across the face as she goes flying, as she catches herself, lifts off the ground with one hand, jumps up and does, a front flip, landing on both of her feet, one knee on the ground, two hands on the ground, like a kneeling pose. As, Kennedy, is about to get serious. As they rush each other, as, the ring is, getting a little cracked a little bit. As, Miss Midnight and, I forget his name. Macentos or something like that? The guy that used, the Simic work. I don't know. Cementos? I think that's what it's called. I'm not totally sure. And they're like, should we stop this? As All Might's like, no, let it continue. This is interesting. Didn't realize those two had that much power. As he looks at Midoriya, he's like, I wonder how powerful he is. As he's wondering how how strong is he. So as they begin clashing back and forth. As Kennedy kicks Lilith to the side of the ribs. She jumps backwards as she's like, huh, lucky shot. As Lilith is she's taking this seriously. As she blitz Kennedy, as she couldn't see where she was. As she's getting, dismantled. As she goes onto one knee. As Lilith, Lilith is going so fast in her combination that Kennedy couldn't keep up. As she's down on one knee. As Lilith, knees her. As she goes flying. As she kicks her outside of the ring in mid-flight. Kicks her in the stomach as she goes flying into the wall. As we have a winner, Lilith. As everyone's cheering. All that stuff happens in the sports festival. Hold on a minute. Okay, guys, I'm back. So as Izuku walks over to, Kennedy, as she's, she's unconscious, as he picks her up. As they're like, as Professor Mike's like, what's their relationship? I noticed they have the same last name. Oh, yeah. According to this, they're siblings. Ah, brother and sister team. Brother and sister, huh? We don't see those very often. As he picks her up, as he takes her back to Recovery Girl, as she, there's no reason to have her Recovery Girl heal her. As Recovery's about to heal her, as he's like, don't worry, Miss Recovery Girl. Her healing factor's going to it's going to activate, so it would be a waste for you to use your massive talents on something that's going to heal in a couple seconds. As Recovery Girl thanks Izuku for the compliment. It's like, are you sure? And she's like, yes, Recovery Girl. I wouldn't want to, waste your talent on someone that doesn't need it. The next couple matches, you'll be needing to use that. And she's like, what do you mean? I just foresee it. as they're calling for EZQ match, as candidate, wakes up. As she's like, I'm sorry, brother, I didn't, I couldn't even get to you, get to challenge you as EZQ, it's fine, sis. As he ruffles at her, you did good. You did well enough to, recover girl's not in a room anymore. You did well enough to fight off a pure-blooded vampire. Not many turn, not many turn werewolves can. I gotta deal with these two idiots. Brother, what are you planning? Oh, I'm gonna make an example of Bakugo, and I'm gonna knock. And I have to, get that ice freak to take this seriously. As he has the bat with him as he's walking out. As Endeavor interrupts him. He's like, "Are you Ezekiel Silver?" As he's like, "Yeah. What do you want?" As I want you to make my son use his fireside, and you are. I'm Endeavor, the second place hero. As he's like, "Yeah, your point. I really don't care what family drama you got going on, but even if your son was to use his fire, he would still lose." As Endeavor's like, "What do you mean? What did you say?" "My Shoto will annihilate you if he uses fire." As Izuki's like, "No, he won't." I haven't been taking it serious in this sports festival, but considering how your comments and how as how you've been talking to me, that's out the window now. As he's like, "What do you mean?" "You'll see." As he gets on in the ring, as Shoto Todoroki's ready there. As Shoto's finally, let's get this done. As Shoto's, you're still gonna lose Midoriya. No, sorry, you're still gonna lose Silver. As he's like, "We'll see." As he begins, blasting ice at him, as Izuku, hits it with the bat. As as the ice shatters, as there's a small, charge. As Shoto knows that. As he's like, "What the hell? What the heck is that?" "Oh, it's my hero item." "What type of hero item?" "It's a bat with, electric charge." "Oh yeah, it's a little something I came up with. As he begins, as Shotos begins throwing ice at him, as he's just breaking it with the bat. As soon as he swings it, as a small electricity shoots at Shoto. As it hits Shoto on the left side of his shoulder. As he's like, as he got hit, so he stopped. As he throws the bat away. As he drops the bat, as he begins getting close, as he begins to manhandle him. As they begin fighting, as Izuku, when he's beating Shoto, as he's like, "Still won't use your side. It's sad. I won't," no, they split up. "I won't use this cork." You and I hate when people have daddy issues. It's like, "What do you mean?" "Seriously, kid. Seriously, Shoto. It's your quirk, not his. Stop being a little pussy. And, come at me with your full force." "Fine, I'm gonna make you." As Ezekiel eyes turns red. As, he begins to fully transform as everyone's, confused. As, Professor Mike's like, what the heck is that? It's like, what type of quirk is that? As he's like I said in the prior, he has a transformation quirk. I've only seen this once. Hopefully, the young man, has controlled it. Otherwise, one of the heroes will have to come in and intervene. As you see, this big wolf. No, it wasn't a thumbnail. He's standing on two legs. As he's like, as he's talking, as he's like, if I were you, I would stop using. If I were you, I would start using your full power. As he blitzed Shoto without him realizing it. As he blitzed past him, as he has claw marks, a few claw marks on his cheek from the swipe. As he's shaking a little bit. He's scared. As he's like, what's the matter, Shoto? Little scared of some canine? You're scared of a wolf? As he starts blasting ice, because he's, panicking. As he starts throwing fire. As Izuku's smiling a little bit in his mind, Because, I don't think, his form could smile. It would look kind of scary if he did. So as, Izuku just walks past it, walks into it. The fire, knocking the ice out of the way. As he grabs Shoto by the head, picks him up, and slams him as he kicks him out of the ring. As he begins to de-transform into his normal state. As he's like, that was relaxing. As he's like, picks up the bat, he's like, huh. Like I said, Shoto, you were gonna lose. As he walks out. As Bakugo is shaking his boots, like, what the heck was that? Everyone in Class 1A is, No, everyone in Class 1B was shocked as, few students seen this form. As Bakugo's like, crap. He straight up used, everyone in Class 1A knows that he's a werewolf, so, there's that. As, Bakugo's like shitting bricks as he's like, he's realizing that this is not going to be easy bout, as, everyone's a brief break period, as he's sitting on the bench, as, he sits by next to Bakugo, as he's like, how you doing, Bakugo? Looking forward to our bout? As he's not saying anything. Doesn't matter. Don't worry. Don't worry, Kachan. As he's not saying anything. He's mad, but he's too scared. And he's like, don't worry, I'll take it easy on you. As he finally breaks out of it. A little explosion. It's like, take it easy on me. I'm going to destroy you, wolf boy. As he walks off, as it's Lilith. He looks at him like, huh. Oh, there goes our, there goes our Drawa. As she's like, so, saw your little stunt there. You're kind of scared the Shoto kid a little bit. I saw him in Recover Girl. He in the nurse's office. The infirmary. Yeah, the infirmary. He was still shaking his boots. As he's like, yeah, I kind of went a little farther. I kind of went too far in that one, but he needed a good, reality check. And, well, he used his quirk, his fire, just fine. Bet you that Endeavor guy is kind of screaming right now, but he's smiling as, we're going to probably stop it there because, I don't have much time left. So hope you guys have a good night and day, judging by time zones, and I'll upload the next part when I get off work. So, there's that. So, catch you guys later. All right, bye.